Well, hey there. It's John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 6th of May, 2023. Hello to everyone. Tomorrow is my friend Roz's birthday. Happy birthday, Roz. I love you. I'll talk to you soon, I hope. Hope we get to see you soon. I miss you. You know that. We just were talking about that the other day. So, this week This week has had a theme for me. It's the week I almost did stuff but then didn't. So I was determined. I have a couple of musical projects I've had in the pipe that I need to record some bits on. And I was thinking, you know, I'll do that Monday. I'm going to do it. I got everything ready. You're good to go. I woke up Monday. The second I woke up, the first thing in my head was, no, I'm not going to do that today. I'll do it Wednesday. And here we are Saturday. I still haven't done it. I'm hoping I'll do it Monday. I have a good excuse in that I just got in today a new extension cord, which I needed. I could have used another extension cord that I'm using for something else, but now I have no excuse on that level. So hopefully during the coming week I'll get working on that. So other than that, hmm, family stuff continues to be a thing, and I don't know, been getting by, been doing a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have, you know what, today, if there's a theme, it's some extensive show and tell, media time. So we'll start here. During the week, I read. You, I'll preface this. You know, I've been talking a lot about my love of the fifth dimension. Well, that's the 2000 and was it four? I think it's 2004, 2006, one or the other. Autobiography that Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. wrote, and I read that during the week. Really enjoyed it. Outside of there were a couple of knocks at the Catholic faith, but you know, that is whatever it is. Didn't get in my way of enjoying the book. So read that, very interesting. Let's see if I can track them down. I'd love to interview them. So that was that. And speaking of books, this is a book by Pope Francis, Fratelli Tutti, on fraternity and social friendship. I'm going to look and see what year was this. 2020. There you go. So that's I'll be start reading that during the next week. It's an encyclical. And so we move to um, Blu-rays. Blu-rays. So here's the New Mutants. I just got this in on Blu-ray for a really good price. When this first came out, I didn't much care for it, but something drew me back to it, and so honestly, like a year or two later, I came back to it, and I was like, you know, I like it. I really enjoy it. It's a small movie. It's based on a three-issue thing in the run of the New Mutants comics that people call the Demon Bear saga. And the kids are really kind of perfectly cast. It's got Maisie Williams, who I believe is she from Game of Thrones? I don't watch that stuff, so I wouldn't know. But she's great in there as Rain, she's also known as Wolfsbane. And very well done film. Uh, Very different than any other comic book kind of movie I've seen. It's also kind of more like a horror movie the way they approached it. Very interesting. And I was fascinated. I put on the director's commentary. And on one level, it was disappointing because he really didn't talk about the film much at all, because he was interviewing via the phone Bill Sienkiewicz, who was one of the artists In fact, he was the artist on the Demon Bear stuff, and he did some design work on like the credits and stuff for this film. And it made me kind of smirk here and there because Bill was talking about some projects like his adaptation of Dune that I did some work on. And yeah, I did some work on that and a thing called Doctor Zero with Bill, uh, doing some like he would do some ink stuff for him. And then I also spent hours and hours, days and days working on a clip file for him. And he never paid me the money he promised. And he said he would give me a couple of New Mutants pages, and he never ever did. So turns out I'm one of many that he has done this similar thing to. But I mean, I've let that go. I don't expect Bill to go, oh, I really didn't serve John Wilcox well. Um, I'll tell you a funny story about that, by the way. One of my good friends in the comic business, in the comic strip business, was a guy named Stan Drake, who I miss greatly. And at one point, Stan and Bill had offices, studio spaces next to each other downtown here in Westport. And I was talking about this with Stan way back then. It had to be in like the 90s. And Stan was like kind of rolling his eyes and just like making gestures that I didn't understand as I was pissing and moaning about, is Bill ever going to pay me? And what he was trying to say was that Bill was listening in the next room to the whole thing. And I put it together and I was kind of embarrassed at the time, but you know what? I was telling the truth. He still owes me money. It was a creepy thing to do. So there you go. So that's that. Now this is Ultraman RB the movie. Select the Crystal of Bond. Which, could that sound any more awkward than that does? I must say, because I love the Ultraman stuff from Japan. It's people in 50-foot rubber. They're 50 foot tall and they wear rubber suits. But this one was definitely geared much more towards the teen set. Characters were younger than the Ultraman characters usually are. But you know what? It was a fun movie. It was very corny and very, like I said, kid oriented, teen oriented, but it had a ton of heart to it. It's really about family and love and perseverance. So if you can get that in an hour and 11-minute movie, you're doing well. So that was fun. Um, Now let's move to today. So today I had ordered some stuff that came in today along with the extension cord. This, I'm over the moon. I got this. I love Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movies, especially The Gay Divorcee, because that has the song The Continental. So this has The Gay Divorcee, Swing Time, Top Hat, and Shall We Dance. And I'm just telling you, I have a lot of good watching here. I've already watched some of the extra stuff. Like I watched one where it's from the same time as Gay Divorcee, where it's a short, a theatrical short, where they're at the Coconut Grove, and Bing Crosby sings at it, and you see Mary Pickford there, you see Gary Cooper, a few other people, and it was just tons of fun to see. I'd never seen that. And they have cartoons to go with each feature and all kinds of good stuff. So, and my last piece for show and tell, I suppose, other than showing me coughing, is I'm really looking forward to this, the 2-disc special edition of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? A very extreme film, um, based, I believe it was a play first, or was it a novel first? I forget what it was. Um, Written by Edward Albee. one of the best performances. You know, I never took much stock in Elizabeth Taylor as an actress. I always thought she was pretty, and I always knew though that Richard Burton was a hell of an actor. But she is a force of nature in this film. If you have never sat through Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, it's not an easy film. It's one of those like I always thought like Glengarry Glen Ross was a difficult film. You know, it's a worthwhile film, but it's a difficult film. Same with Virginia Woolf. You can't just put it on any day of the week and say, "Oh, let's have a little party and watch some Virginia Woolf." No, you got to be in the mood for it. But when you watch it, it's a tremendously well done and very satisfying film. So I'm going to really enjoy that. I'm looking forward. It has a second disc of just extras about the film. So I'm looking forward to taking a deep dive in that. Very cool. So other than show and tell, oh, I was thinking by the way when I was watching the Coconut Grove thing, um, Mark Sinnott, you'll appreciate this. I was thinking of your dad Joe because again it had Bing Crosby singing a song. I forget what the song was, but you know this was early. This had to be like I forget what year um, Gay Divorcee was. Maybe 34, 35. You know, right around that time. So I was thinking of Joe. He would have. He probably knows that. I know he knew the song. I'm sure he saw that clip at some point in his life. So other than that, um, life's going okay. I'm dressed in stupid stuff because it's fun, and there's other stuff going on that I just can't remember. How about that? I love you all. Get in touch. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.